Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, this would have been the 57th birthday for icon Whitney Houston, and I'm going to do a little remembrance of her. Now, Whitney Elizabeth Houston was born on August 9th, 1963, in what was a middle-income neighborhood in Newark, New Jersey. Now, she was the daughter of Army serviceman and entertainment executive John Russell Houston Jr. and gospel singer Emily Sissy Drinkard Houston. Now, her eldest brother, Michael, is a singer, and her elder half-brother was former basketball player Gary Garland. Now, through her mother, Houston was a first cousin of singer Dionne Warwick. Her godmother was Darlene Love, and her honorary aunt was Aretha Franklin, whom she met at the age of 8 or 9 when her mother took her to a recording studio. Now, Houston was raised as a Baptist, but also was exposed to the Pentecostal church. Now, after the 1967 Newark riots, the family moved to a middle-class area in East Orange, New Jersey, when she was 4. Her parents later divorced. Now, at age 11, Houston started performing as a soloist in the junior gospel choir at the New Hope Baptist Church in Newark, where she also learned to play the piano. Now, her first solo performance in the church was Guide Me, O Thou Great Jehovah. Now, while Houston was still in school, her mother, Sissy, continued to teach her how to sing. Sissy was a member of the group The Sweet Inspirations, which also opened for and sang backup for Elvis Presley. Now, Houston spent some of her teenage years touring nightclubs where Sissy was performing, and she would occasionally get on stage and perform with her. Now, Whitney was also exposed to the music of Chaka Khan, Gladys Knight, and Roberta Flack, most of whom would have an influence on her as a singer and performer. In 1977, at the age of 14, she became a backup singer on the Michael Zager Band singles Life's a Party. Now, in 78, at the age of 15, Houston sang backup vocals for Chaka Khan and Lou Rawls. Now, Whitney attended Mount St. Dominic Academy, a Catholic girl high school in Caldwell, New Jersey, where she graduated from Mount St. Dominic in 1981. Now, in the early 1980s, Houston started working as a fashion model after a photographer saw her at Carnegie Hall singing with her mother. She became the first woman of color to appear on the cover of 17 and appeared in Glamour, Cosmopolitan, and Young Miss, and appeared in a Canada Dry soft drink TV commercial. Now, her looks and girl next door charm made her one of the most sought-after teen models. In 1982, under the suggestion of longtime friend Valerie Simpson, Houston signed with Tara Productions and hired Daniel Gittleman, Seymour Flicks, and Gene Harvey as her managers. Now, with Gittleman, Flicks, and Harvey, Houston continued her recording career by working with producer Michael Beinhorn, Bill Laswell, and Martin Busey on an album they were spearheading called One Down, which was credited to the group Material. Now, for that project, Houston contributed the ballad Memories, a cover of a song by Hugh Hopper of Soft Machine. Now, with production from Michael Masser, Kashif, Jermaine Jackson, and Narada Michael Walden, Houston's debut album, Whitney Houston, was released in February 1985 and sold 25 million copies worldwide. Houston won her first Grammy Award with the LP. Rolling Stone magazine praised Houston, calling her one of the most exciting new voices in the year, while the New York Times called the album an impressive, musically conservative showcase for an exceptional vocal talent. Now, Arista Records promoted Houston's album with 3 different singles from the album in the US, UK, and other European countries. Now, in the US, the soulful ballad You Give Good Love was chosen as the lead single from Houston's debut to establish her in the black market first. But in the US, it gave the album its first major hit as it peaked at number 3 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart and number 1 on the Hot R&B chart. Now, Whitney has a lot of accomplishment since while she was here on Earth. Now, she was cited as the most awarded female artist of all times by the Guinness World Records and is one of the best-selling recording artists of all time, with estimated sales of over 200 million records worldwide. Now, Houston released 7 studio albums and 2 soundtrack albums, all of which have been certified diamond, multi-platinum, platinum, or gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. Now, her crossover appeal on the popular music chart as well as her prominence on MTV influenced several African American female artists. Her first 2 studio albums, Whitney Houston 1985 and Whitney 1987, both peaked at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and are the best-selling albums of all time. Now, she is the only artist, you heard me, the only artist to have 7 consecutive number 1 singles on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart, from Saving All My Love for You in 1985 to Where Do Broken Hearts Go in 1988. Now, Houston made her acting debut with the romantic thriller film The Bodyguard in 1992. Now, she recorded 6 songs from the film soundtrack, including I Will Always Love You, which won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year and becoming the best-selling physical single by a woman in music history. Now, the soundtrack album won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. It remains the best-selling soundtrack album in history. Now, Houston starred and recorded soundtracks for 2 other high-profile films, Waiting to Exhale in 1995 and The Preacher's Wife in 1996, with the latter soundtrack becoming the best-selling gospel album in history. Now, following the critical and commercial success of My Love Is Your Love in 1998, Houston renewed her contract with Arista for $100 million. However, her personal struggles began overshadowing her career, and the album Just Whitney in 2002 received mixed reviews. Now, her drug use and tumultuous marriage to singer Bobby Brown received widespread media coverage. Now, after 6 years break from recording, Houston returned to the top of the Billboard 200 chart with her final studio album, I Look to You, in 2009. Now, on February 11th, 2012, Houston was found dead at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills, California. The coroner's report showed that she had accidentally drowned in the bathtub with heart disease and cocaine use as a contributing factor. News of her death coincided with the 2012 Grammy Awards and was featured prominently in the international media. Now, she left behind her mother, Cissy Houston, and her daughter, Bobby Christina. And her final resting place was Fairview Cemetery, Westfield, New Jersey, in the United States. Well, Whitney, we miss you so much. And for me and all of you, I'm sure, we wish her a happy, heavenly 57th birthday. We miss you, Whitney. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, in parting, be blessed.